Hey folks, welcome back to the exit lane. We've got a really good video in store for you today, I think. To start with, a couple of weeks ago up in Indiana, we had lunch with a couple, Will and Ellie. And Will is chomping at the bit. They've got their RV. He wants to go full time. And Ellie just can't see herself leaving the grandkids for that long a time. And we've met a number of couples in the same situation, and a couple of them have been where the wife wanted to go and the husband wanted to keep his house and his shop and his boat and stuff like that. We ran across a blog about 6 months ago from Nancy Lattiser and her husband Todd, and they were starting to think about this full timing and this talking about maybe trying out the lifestyle, and asked them would they like to do a video. And I wanted to get their story anyway because it sounds really interesting, but I think their story relates to a lot of people, just like Will and Ellie and some of the other folks that are not quite sure what all's going on. How do you do this? And I can't see myself giving up my home, leaving my grandkids and stuff. So hopefully you'll enjoy. I know that Will and Ellie will enjoy it, and I hope you'll enjoy it. It kind of gives you some insight into the process that Todd and Nancy went through. They're both totally on board now, and maybe it'll help you too. So here's our video.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Great to be here.
And to correct you, I guess, we didn't come up here just to do the interview. We actually wanted to meet you guys.
We wanted to meet you guys.
And then this was like, hey, let's do this too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that is super.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'll start out. What got you interested in going full time?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll start off
Yeah.
with our history of camping.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in upstate New York, and we used to camping in the Adirondack Mountains, just roughing it,
Great.
where you go in on a boat down winding rivers and throw a sleeping bag out on a lean-to and open air. I mean, then get eaten up by
Yes.
mosquitoes and black flies. But so I grew up camping all the time, so it was always something that I wanted to do when I had a family.
Right.
So we got married, and we started having kids, and we went tent camping a few times, and it was just so much work, and so that was kind of a discouragement from doing it. But when we went, it was just a blast.
Yeah.
But then our lives just got so busy with,
Sports.
travel sports, and other things that the kids were involved in.
So you have three sons?
Three sons and a daughter, yeah.
Right.
Our daughter's the oldest, and we had three sons after that.
So in 2016, we went down to Florida to my brother's house. My nephew, he was 39 at the time, he was born with one working kidney. And so, and then the other kidney was now failing. So he was on dialysis. So anyway, I had been tested to see if I was a match for him. And lo and behold, I was a match. So in April of 16, we went down there and had the surgery.
Oh, wow.
So he is walking around with one of my kidneys. So it's,
No more dialysis?
Dialysis.
he
Yeah,
is
he's
doing
doing really good.
fantastic.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I know it gives me chills talking about it because it's just. So the reason I'm telling that is because we were down there and my brother had the travel trailer that we have now, that was his, and him and his wife, and so we were talking, and they had offered for us to bring the travel trailer home for the summer and just camp and see if we like
Oh,
it
nice.
and just try it out.
From
Introduction.
Florida up
From
to here?
Florida up
That's
to
pretty-
Ohio.
Pretty long haul.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had the truck, and so, they offered to let us do that, and so we were like, really? We were shocked. We were,
Wow.
are you serious? And they were dead serious. So, we were talking about that a little bit more, and then my brother said, well, because we said, well, we might want to buy one, and my brother said, well, I might be wanting to sell mine. And so we said, well, we might want to buy yours.
Oh, excellent.
Right.
And you put it to good use? You've
Oh,
used it a lot?
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Except
the-
for this year. We've been too busy trying to get the house ready to sell.
Yeah, the trip back, we left. They live in Plant City, Florida, which is right in the center. So we drove to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and stayed at just this beautiful, beautiful campground.
Chester Frost
Oh
Park.
my gosh! And it was like right on the water, and it was
Nice.
gorgeous.
Better campsites
Yeah.
we've ever been at.
So
Yeah.
we stayed there a couple of days because she was still in a lot of pain
Right.
from the surgery. So she got to just relax.
Yeah.
The driving was rough on her.
I'll bet.
Yeah, all the bouncing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll bet.
And so then when we left there, we went to Cincinnati and stayed there. And
With our kids.
our kids and grandkids down there came and visited us.
Great.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Um, also,
Kind of a working trip on the way back home then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess a little backstory before that, too, is I've worked construction my whole life and been in the union. And so I took a little bit of an early retirement. And so, I'm retired from that and I'm collecting a pension. So, part of that whole thing is, I got some annuity money too. So we used that to buy the camper and stuff. But that was just kind of like, all right, I'm retired now. So, we're going to get this RV and this is going to be part of our RV.
Retirement, yeah.
Yeah, our retirement life or whatever.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Was there a learning curve? We hadn't used RVs before.
Oh,
was,
yes.
was there a comfort level or
So my brother was
Oh,
excellent.
yeah.
Excellent at showing him the ropes of everything before we left their house.
Yep.
Perfect.
I mean, he showed him so many details, and Todd was afraid he was going to forget half of them.
Yeah.
But he remembered.
And this was before
So-
we realized, all the information out there on YouTube. So we had,
Right, right. At that
that
time,
first
we
time-
were only watching Nikki and
the Winds.
Jason Wynn.
Yeah, that's right. We had watched them.
We were
Who
watching
was there
them.
mostly?
Yeah,
Years ago.
yeah.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, I'd forgotten. We had watched some of that.
We did.
So were y'all both on? It seemed like the people we've met a lot were one, and it's been both. Sometimes the wife wants to and the husband not. The husband wants to or the wife doesn't. Y'all both seem like you came on board together.
Well,
Well, not
Kind
not
of.
the full-time part.
yeah, kind of. We,
That's-
I was like, always, once we got the camper, I'm just like, let's
Let's
just
go, and I'm
go
like, no.
travel. And she was all for that, but she also wanted to keep the home as our home base. So kind of more of a full-time or part-time instead of full-time. And
And that's what we hear a lot of. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
A lot of our listeners, I bet you a large part of them are that exact.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
we went through that as well.
Did
We
you? Yeah.
seriously were thinking of keeping a home base.
Yeah. I
So-
couldn't imagine not having a home base. I just couldn't.
so you can tell the story of when we both came on board together.
Okay, yeah. So he was like, I'm retired. I've got the pension. We can just take off and leave the house behind. And I mean, he was ready to just like leave it all, not even sell it, just walk
So
away.
you, at that time, you were thinking, you was your very early 50s. You was thinking about totally going full-time, retiring,
But
and you had a system to last.
thinking that we would
Right.
have to work.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
we were
okay.
thinking we'd
Yeah,
have
we-
to do a little bit of working.
Yeah.
So you was going to travel. You mostly was wanting to travel, and
Right.
work and to make it work. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes
And we're secretly hoping to talk one of our kids into moving to Colorado, another one into Arizona.
There you
And
go.
that way we just
Yeah.
There you go.
mooch stock around the country.
Right.
Wonderful.
Yep.
But so anyway, I wasn't on board with the whole leaving the house behind or even selling it or anything like that. But then last November of 17, we had gone to, we went to a dealership nearby because we had to dump our black tank because my sister or my brother and his wife had stayed in our camper. While we were there, they had an indoor showroom.
Well, the funny thing is on the way there,
Oh yeah.
I brought it up again. I said,
Right.
could you ever see us full-time RVing?
And I said no.
No.
And that was less than a year ago. That was 6,
Yeah.
7
Yeah,
months.
this
Less than
has
a year
happened pretty
ago.
quick, yeah.
Yes. And so then we go into, look at all these fancy fifth wheels
Oh,
and all
yes.
these great travel trailers, brand new. And I'm walking around and I'm, sitting down in the nice reclining leather chairs and everything. And I said, we could do this. Maybe we could do this, And it really got me to thinking. That was the day. That was the
Gave you a
turning
little
point.
incentive.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we both got excited, and then the wheels
Yeah,
started
we started
turning.
talking about what we could do. Then we started watching more YouTubers
Looking into
doing
it, yeah.
And so at that, when we decided, real quick, we figured, let's have like a 3-year plan. That would be safe. If we get going sooner, great. But let's do a 3-year plan. That's about how long it will take to get the house ready to sell, to pay off debt, to get a new camper, a new truck, all those things. And
You were working full time.
and I'm working full
And
time.
now you were retired, or were you going to work somewhere?
I retired, then I'm working, driving a dump truck now, just as a retirement job more, I couldn't just,
You could leave it real easy though.
yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
upset
yeah.
me once and I'm gone.
So I'm
Right.
kind of interrupting you, and I
That's
apologize
okay.
for that. But was there one thing you kind of talked about? You sitting in this nice fifth wheel or something in the recliners, and it clicked. Is there one thing that kind of? There's a lot of husbands out there wondering what made it click for her. I
Oh,
want
yes.
to take my wife and
Right,
sit her in
right,
that same
right.
chair.
Right.
I think it was the massaging recliners. Because what's camping without a massaging recliner?
So yeah, I think what it was that hit me is that this is like a small apartment.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's
yeah.
no, it's no different than just a small apartment. Everything's brand new, and our house was built in the 50s, so it's a lot of old. And I just thought, wow, how nice it would be to just have everything new and of course now we're not doing that, but
That's kind of when you
Still.
bought into it. You realize it's like living at home. But
yeah,
Yeah.
it
Traveling.
felt like a home.
We're thinking we're going to buy a new fifth wheel, and we're looking at Montanas and Grand Designs that are 90,000.
Are they that much?
Oh
Wow.
my gosh, yeah. So we're like, well, maybe we can get a little bit cheaper, but my pickup won't pull that, so we'll have to get a new pickup. And so
Yeah.
we're thinking,
Just
if we're
get
going to do it, we're
rolling.
going to set ourselves up, just the best of everything, and we'll work camp.
Because this is
And-
going to be it for us.
Yeah,
we
so,
figured it better be good.
Think either host camping at a campground or so. Then we started getting realistic and thinking, well, we own the camper we have now, so why
Exactly.
get ourselves in debt? And the truck I have now pulls it. It's a 2017, so it'll last us. I mean, we're not.
What truck is it?
It's a Silverado 1500.
1500.
Yeah, our camper weighs 7,000 pounds, and this is a V8, and it's rated to pull 9,000. So
Oh,
we're
there you go.
in a
We're
very
all
good
set.
comfort level.
Yeah.
So
So, kind of going down that road you're talking about, are you planning on? You're about a year out, you say. Are you going? Is your objective now to get totally debt free? You're going to go into it debt free?
yes,
Right. So all that talk about the new trailer and everything. So we changed our minds several times. We bounced back and forth.
and I think it was kind of like an eye opener, because we started watching YouTube videos as much as we can, get.
Ingest,
And you got
yeah.
like the driving and vibing, they're in just this like 16-foot thing. And who's the other one we like? Fate Unbound. They're in
Fate
this
Unbound,
23-footer, and
yeah.
them, and they got dogs. We're not gonna have pets, so it's like no, we don't need
Yeah,
a huge
we saw
camper.
them in these small campers and thought, well, we're just 2 people and we don't even have pets.
Yeah,
Right.
So, and we have plenty of room for if the kids come to visit or if we want to keep a couple of the grandkids for the summer. So, yeah, it works.
yeah. Now our plan is in probably, let's say, a year and 3 months is when we're shooting for. So we're gonna just work this whole time, and if we make any money off the house, we'll put that towards our debts. And so we want to be completely debt free. We want to have the truck paid for, which would just be a wonderful thing not to have a truck payment.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that we could just go as minimal as possible.
Right.
I got $3,000 a month for my pension, so we're hoping that we could scale down enough.
There's a lot of people.
Just to live off that?
Yeah, that's 36,000 a year.
Yeah.
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 There's a lot of. I mean, that's a number that I've heard of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that's got us both a little concerned is health insurance. This is all new to us. I mean, a year ago, we didn't even know that there was a full-time RVing community.
Okay.
We just, we thought we were going to be pioneers. Nope. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
We thought it was just gonna be us and the winds.
Yeah, right.
So your RV is 30 foot. What?
Oh, yeah, it's a Salem Salem by Forest River.
Forester. Okay, yeah, we've seen those quite a bit.
Yeah, it's got the
2013.
one slide out.
And you're real happy with the layout.
Yep.
Very happy.
Yeah.
It's very spacious. When you walk in, it just feels very open and
Yeah, it walks into like a living area. Like you got 2 recliners here, and couch, and so it's
Yeah,
really
very nice.
perfect.
Whose idea was it? That kind of Todd was kind of you
really
started
was
it.
his.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wanted to go off grid.
I really liked the idea of when you said I was sitting in there, and it just dawned on me I really could do this.
Yes.
Yep.
We met with a couple last week. He wants to go so bad, and she's just kind of, and she has kind of a bad back.
Uh-huh.
She has grandkids. They have grandkids.
Yeah.
And she just, yeah, great. No, we're not going to go. And he's like, I want to go so bad. He wrote me a couple of emails.
I know.
Think about how can we talk her into it.
Yeah.
I want to go so bad.
Well, and I know that would be a big thing for, I think, a lot of grandparents not wanting to leave their grandchildren, especially if they're all concentrated in one area. You don't want to leave. And that's kind of the way we are as far as, all of our kids are in Ohio. 3 of them are right close to us, 1 of them in Cincinnati. And we can see them when we want to, right? Except for they work, they have busy lives,
Exactly.
we work, we're busy.
and then maybe
all-
it's a bigger deal when you come. For us, it is when we go back once a year or something.
Yes.
Like, hey,
And
no, I'm
see-
not coming to that party. I can go see Grandpa and Grandma.
Right. And now,
Yeah,
well,
that's
and
a good point.
yeah, definitely.
'Cause
And
that's a special thing. Yeah.
Yes.
and so we feel like, because we were trying to relieve our children too. Now they're supportive of what we're doing, but I have a feeling, and they wouldn't say anything probably, but that maybe they're a little bit of afraid that, wow, they're going to be gone the entire winter and we're
Never see
never going to
them.
see them, and
Uh-huh.
how could they leave their grandchildren? And there might be a little bit of that, and they'll see this video and they'll tell me. But if this is in it, but anyway,
So that's a big one, grandkids.
So we're thinking, here in Ohio in the wintertime, we hardly see the kids anyway because none of us
Winter,
want to
yeah.
go out. We're all stuck in the house
In
all
the
winter
winter,
long.
exactly.
I just hibernate.
Yeah, and
That's
so basically during the winter, we're going to be gone to the warm states. We're going to be chasing 75, right?
Yep.
And we'll come back in the summertime to Ohio or wherever the kids are, because they might move
Exactly.
and spread
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
True.
We will see them more often and
It'll be more
longer
special.
periods, and it'll be more special. We can have the grandkids
Yes.
come out and stay for a week
Yes.
in the camper.
Yeah.
It's
I
They're
virtually
already
happened that
excited.
way.
see some of the people, and they're talking about how many friends they've made on the road, and just the community and stuff. And
Right.
I think we might be a little different on that. I think
Yeah,
I think
maybe
you
a
look
little.
forward to
Because I
meeting
was
people
thinking
and stuff.
Boondockers Welcome would be good, but he's like, no, because we want to stay longer than just one night.
But she's more into making friends with people and walking around campground, meeting people, and I'm more want to get out in the desert, away from all human contact, and
Yeah.
And that's why I never have been a people person in my life. I never wanted to,
Really?
if you need something here, you can have it. I'm going inside. But, I'd help you if you needed help. But I've turned into a little social butterfly. I'll go in. I said, "Hey, I met this guy 2 doors down, and his name's Sam, and his wife's Julie, and we got to go."
It's
say hi to
astonishing
Yeah.
change.
Really?
Yeah.
It is so
Is
much fun.
astonishing.
I've never understood when people said being a people person. I said, well, you don't mean that. It's so much better to just be by yourself and
Oh
look
my
at the
gosh.
tree than.
yeah. and I could do like you did. That's
Yeah.
Who
you
knows
might.
never know. You
I mean,
just-
yeah. Who knows what
You're so
this
friendly.
change in lifestyle is gonna,
Yeah.
and that's another part of our whole motivation. I'm kind of jumping around here, sorry, but and talking about it's like what we're looking. It's like part of it's the adventure, looking for the adventure.
Yeah.
Part of it's just kind of going off grid and just getting away from the rat race.
I get that.
Right.
Exactly.
Have got that question a number of times, and people have wrote me personal emails and want to know a true answer. What do you get out of RVing? Why do you want to go and just sit in this field for 2 weeks? I'd rather stay at home, and I got whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know either you like that or you don't. I
Right.
don't know. That's a real good question. What do you
Yeah.
expect to get out of it?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, she's worked as an administrative assistant for, what, 20 years
20
now?
years.
So her whole life has just been stress. You know, she's in charge of, you know, making flight arrangements for this person and just constant, you know. And we would have we didn't take very many vacations, but, you know, every once in a while we'd take a week, you know, we went to San Diego once, and then we went to Watkins Glen up in New York to the
Yeah,
Finger
we went to
Lakes.
the Finger Lakes recently.
Which was wonderful.
Last year. It
Yeah.
was beautiful.
But it's like those, you know, that you can hardly decompress in a week, and then you're right back at it.
But we just always had such a great time whenever we would just go away.
The
Yep.
stress is
Yes,
gone.
Oh,
leave
yeah.
the stress behind,
Like
and
fall in
just-
love all over again kind of thing.
Right, yeah,
Although we
we
never
always-
fell out of love, but you know.
I don't think we have
Yeah.
ever fought one time whenever we've gone away, and I know we haven't.
No.
It's
No.
we always come back more in love and just ready to, you know, face the world again.
So I can't think of a better way to end that video with Todd and Nancy. It just makes you feel good to hear their story, and they're going to be on the road. I know we'll see them next year out on the road somewhere. This is our first video where we've got to use our Amazon affiliate money and YouTube money, marketing money to take a couple out to lunch.
Your money paid for this.
So we almost missed video on the food. It's so good. Yeah, it's very good. So if you want something like this, just come and do a video. You could be sitting right there.
This could be you.
Could be you. Well, I want to thank you guys so much
Thank you.
for coming by. And if any of you folks out there we're in your area and you want to do meet up and maybe kind of tell the world what you've got planned or how you're going to accomplish this RV lifestyle, we'd love to meet up with you and do a little video. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and keep the wheels rolling, stay safe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. With Todd and Nancy LaRoche.
Latticer.
We're here today with Tom and Nancy Latticer. And they've come over from Akron, Ohio.
Bob, interruption. You said Tom and Nancy.
Thank you.
I
Tom
didn't
is
even
close
hear
to
it.
Todd.
I didn't even catch
It was
it.
close.
She's good because I do that so much.
He absolutely butchered that opening.
Totally.
I thought we were going to be with pros.
Hey folks, you're probably wondering what all the laughing is.